Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to give you the basics of testing silver for authenticity. We're going to be using a chemical. This is pretty simple. Just need a few supplies, a little bit of practice, and some common sense. So let's get to it. Alright everybody, thanks for joining me today. Now, no matter what you think about precious metals and prepping and survival, one thing's for sure, if you're going to buy it, you at least want to make sure it's real. With the proliferation of fakes out there, it's more important than ever to start testing what you have and what you buy, especially if you're buying it off eBay or some unknown source. Now, some people have reported that fakes can be detected via magnet, but that's not true for everything. So, what I'm going to show you today is acid testing. Now, this is a specialized chemical, and I'll show you up close here. Let's get my hand behind that so it gives a little contrast to focus. There you go. This is actually a testing solution. It is a mixture of nitric acid and muriatic acid, but you'll just look for it as silver testing solution. Now, there are tons of these kits all over Amazon and eBay, and I'm going to put one in the description. I'll put it in my Amazon shop. You don't need to buy that one. There's so many of them out there. I haven't bought one in a long time. Generally, I buy my silver from somebody I personally know, and some of you guys might, if you're out in Vegas, you might know him. Duke of Fremont, he's usually at the local gun show. And I know he has good stuff and real stuff. You know, I don't worry about that kind of stuff from him. But occasionally I'll run across a piece that kind of is a little questionable, and I'll still test it. But if you're buying stuff from like Amazon or from eBay, there are some really, really, really good fakes out there that, you know, to the eye and weight-wise, you'd never guess it. You know, you can weigh it, it's pretty darn close. They've also gotten to the point where the magnets aren't even all that effective. So, this kind of testing will test for silver content. I want to warn you one thing though. Do not do this with valuable collector coins. Okay? What you see here is bullion. I don't care if this has a stain on it. I'll show you where I tested before. That's where you understand that. I can probably polish that out, but who cares? It's bullion. I have it for silver value. If you have a rare silver coin, and it's worth a lot of money, you do not want to test this way. And there are two ways to test, and I'll show you both of those today. So I'm going to show you some supplies that you'll want to do for what you want to have for this, because this is two types of acid put together, so you want to make sure you're protecting yourself. Now, you want to definitely have a pair of gloves, and I just use these for this kind of stuff. This gives you a chance to take off the glove, get it off your person before you get this on your fingers. It's a weak solution. You don't want to. It's a weak solution of the acids. You don't want to get it on your fingers though. You don't want to accidentally get it in your eye or anywhere on your face or have it splash up. The splash up part. Goggles. Any kind of glasses will do. Not reading glasses. Not your regular glasses you wear. Get goggles that go around the face. Because if this does splash up, you want to shield from all that. These are ancient. I've had these forever. I've used them a lot with sandblasting and lots of other stuff. So they're pretty beat up, but they still serve a purpose and they still work. So, those are your supplies. Now I've got you really, really zoomed in here, and this is perhaps the most dramatic way of testing things. I'm going to be using a quarter as our control. That's just a regular quarter. There's no silver content in it. And I'm going to show you how this solution reacts to it. What you're going to do is find a spot and just, whoops, that wasn't a really good dot. There, you're going to put a drop on it. Now you see how that's orange. It's starting off as an orange reddish color. And I don't know if you can see it on camera. You'll see it eventually. It's starting to turn colors. It's starting to turn a turquoise or a dark. Now, we're going to test this coin here. And I'm going to test where I tested before because I don't want to do more damage to it. Sorry about getting up to the camera there. Alright. There you go. Now you can see the fake is blue. And this will be the same color blue no matter what fake you're testing. You can tell that it turns turquoise bluish. If you're unsure, alright, if you're doing it on a coin that might be very dark or different, you can always take a towel and tap it, and you'll get that blue kind of turquoise color off it. The real silver over here is still dark red. So that's one way you can do it. It will damage your coins, okay? But again, if you're just, see there's your nice red color. If you're just doing this to test the value of bullion or junk silver, who cares? Now we're going to move on to the scratch method. All right, so usually with these kits you will get a pad like this. And as you can tell, I've used this a few times to test gold. And we're going to do a separate video on gold testing because it's a little more involved. It's simple, but it's a little more involved. For our purposes today, we're just sticking with silver. What you're going to do with this test pad here is you're going to scratch the coin. Now find an area that isn't too obvious. It really won't hurt it, trust me. I've done this a bunch of times. But find an area that isn't too obvious and just kind of make scratch marks with it. I don't know if you can see that. See the silver scratch? Okay. And I don't know if you can tell, you can see a little dent there. I don't know if the camera's going to focus on it or not. But it doesn't really damage the coin all that much. And if you want to collect your silver and not put stains on it, even if it's just bullion, this is a way to do it. Now we're going to take our control coin, which is of course the quarter, and I'm going to try to get the silver on the side. And we're going to scratch it. So I'm going to put the quarter here and the real silver coin here. You're going to put a drop on each. There you go. And there you go. I'm going to put a better drop there. Okay. And again, we're just going to give it some time and we're going to see how it changes color. Now you can tell that, I don't know if you can tell on camera again, and this is where, remember I showed you the paper? This is where the paper will sometimes come in handy because again, you're on a black background. You may not be able to tell. With this here, let's get a clean area of this tissue. Paper towel here. With this here, see the red lines in it? That means that's the real deal. That's silver. It's kind of gone red or stayed its color. Now with this, you can just barely make out the faint blue turquoise in there. Trying to get it without doing the rest of it, but you can just barely make out the fake little the fakeness in it with the blue turquoise lines in it. It's kind of hard to do with a quarter. I wish I had a piece of fake silver because it would scratch a little better, but you get the idea. That's how you're going to be able to test it without doing a ton of damage to the coin. Now in this situation, we saw the red lines on the paper. We're going to try and wipe it up a little bit, see if we can get any more. No, there's no more. I got most of it off the first time. But this will allow you to do this. Now this is a lot more handy with gold because when you're trying to determine the carat of the gold that you have or try to determine its authenticity, it will dissolve with the ascending chemicals till you get to the carat weight of what you know the item is. So that's one way to test your silver. It's a very, very simple little kit. I will show you the whole kit that I have here. Let me go over here and grab it. And this is really the kit. These are all the gold testing chemicals. Comes with instructions, and this is for the test pad there. So it's a fairly simple system. Again, these are cheap. I think these are like $9, $10, maybe $14. Not super expensive. If you're really looking to start investing in silver and gold, it's something definitely handy to have. And after a collapse situation where there's nobody around to prove weights, carat, whether it's real or not, authenticity, something like this is really, really, really awesome to have. So that is one way that I test silver. I find this to be the most foolproof way with testing silver because you really can't mess it up too bad. And there's not much they can do to fake it so it will pass this test. They can make it the same weight. They can do a ton of different things to make it the same weight, make it non-magnetic, but they're not going to be able to pass that test. So anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will put a link down below to one of these kits. I'll just find one on Amazon, the cheapest one I can find. I bought this probably about 4 years ago. And you see I've used it very, very little because most of the stuff I buy I know is legit. But it is nice to have. And I actually have used the silver the most because that's what I mostly store. Don't forget to check out our Amazon store. Just click the link in the description. And shop as you normally would if you don't see anything in the store you like. Really helps out the channel a whole lot. And don't forget to check out our Thrive Life Foods, our freeze-dried selection. There is so much there for you to check out, and it's a great way to get started rather inexpensively as a new prepper. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of it. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.